Hello! So, in the medieval period, what was the gates of hell as far as ladies' clothing was concerned? Well, in the 1100s, ladies were wearing this garment which was called a bliaut. Now that comes from the old French word of bliaud, meaning overgarment. And this was also called a cot, a cote-hardie, or the English, or the Brits, I think, would call it a kirtle. And so how did this overgarment develop called a sideless surcoat? Well, probably from the men's form of fashion, which was this over tabard style, probably worn to protect the clothing initially, or for extra layers of warmth, or particularly military men would have worn a matching over tabard to know who they were fighting, who their enemy was. Soon, ladies were wearing it as a fashion accessory, and this then was called a cyclas. And like lots of fashion styles in history, it started off as a peasant sort of practical wear, as I say, protection for clothing, and then it sort of develops into a very nice overgarment for the elite. And here is a very nice one on this queen, and she's wearing it with pride as a fancy overgarment. So why was it known as the gates or windows of hell? So it comes in 3 stages, and this first style of sideless surcoat, the sides are now sewn up and the armholes are left, and it's quite a plain looking overgarment, as you can see here. And the front panels here were called placards, and those were still quite wide, and it was still quite a full gown. A little later, the armholes got longer and the placard gets slimmer. So you're seeing a bit more of the body form. Now, because women had started wearing it and they'd made it into a sort of a fashion style icon, moralists in the church had started to say this is a very inappropriate gown because you can see the female form through these windows or gates of hell, even though before the overgarment the kirtle was all we were wearing anyway, and you could see the female form clearly. Now look at this second stage. The placard has almost vanished, it's very slim, and the windows here, the armholes, were now lined with velvet or fur, and they could be highly decorated. And the church was saying, you are wearing the gates of hell, you will go to the gates of hell. So look at the third stage. Now it has this added on, pinned on piece in the middle, and that was called a plastron, and that word comes from the underbelly of a turtle. But the windows are now lying very low and resting on her hips, showing even more body shape. This was all the plastron would be velvet or fur, and a line of gems were now down the front. Women were obviously saying, I don't care about men's opinions on my fashion. I'm going to wear the windows of hell with pride. And here we even have a burial stone effigy of an obvious notary lady wearing her windows of hell with pride. Hope you've enjoyed another historical fashion story. If you have, do join me again next time. Until then, bye.